Yeah.
That's freaking
Wait, hold
awesome.
on. Let me double check.
But oh yeah, you could double check on here if you're using a Yeti mic.
Yeah. It's all set up and everything.
Yeah, I could hear you. I hear you better than previously. You want to copycat the the look of it though, man. I thought you were gonna get. Well, Jazz got you the black one, huh?
No, she
Or
wanted to
he
give me the
got you
black.
that one, huh?
Yeah, she didn't know which one to get me because I didn't hint at which one I wanted. I just wanted one. And
Did you do the wink wink like I
I just
want
said
this
one the
wink
mic.
wink for my birthday wink other wink for my
Yeah,
birthday?
all my eyes were going off like this, like I had like something wrong with me.
That's hilarious. Welcome guys to not think about it reviews. Welcome to a review of Game of Thrones, King of the North.
Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. Stormborn. Stormborn.
Stormborn. Stormborn.
Last night's episode. So we're gonna do a non-spoiler review and then we'll go into spoilers. But overall, what I want to know, man, what I want to know is what did you think of last night's episode?
Again, knocked it out of the park. Thought it was an amazing episode. Loved it. Loved every single minute of it.
I mean, watching the episode, I was really enjoying the hell out of it. There was a lot of moments in the episodes where there was a lot of more setup, but more kind of cool setup. Like, you know, names were being dropped by characters that hardly ever drop the names and stuff. I think what really made this episode was the ending, dude. The ending caught me off guard. I freaking loved it. I loved everything about it. I think a lot of people are gonna get caught off guard because I was caught off guard at the ending.
Oh yeah, I was too.
Oh man. So overall, what I really took away from this episode was how beautiful it looked, especially the ending. How beautiful it looked. A lot of the costumes are looking great, man. A lot of new kind of looks for a lot of the characters.
Very vibrant, very alive costumes, you can say.
Yeah, I love, like, you know, Jon Snow's rocking that pimp coat. You know,
that thing's huge on the back, man.
Oh yeah, he's reminding me of Ned, dude. He's reminding me of Ned. He's just becoming this leader that I've always wanted him to become, even though he doesn't want it. I really love where John's character is going, and I really love his kind of like mindset and where he is in this episode.
Yeah, definitely. He's definitely becoming more like Ned Stark and everything. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh yeah, shit. Sorry about that. No, I really think that he's becoming more like Ned Stark and everything because he's looking like Ned Stark. And then he went down to his crypt where his bones are, and he like basically like was just thinking there. And then that's when Littlefinger went down there too. And but he's never been down there. They said that he's always had nightmares of down in the crypts. And he's never been down there. He didn't want to go down there, so finally he went down there to go, like, you know, get, like, I guess the spiritual counsel from his father and everything.
Yeah. No, I didn't even know that. I didn't really kind of hear that. What was that in this episode when they said that?
No, not at all. I listened to some breakdowns because I'm not good at breaking down stories, man. I just like watching them and everything.
all right. And then another one is Daenerys. Daenerys is looking great. She has this. She really has this. I really like her costume and everything that her wardrobe for this new season, because she really looks like kind of like that leader type. Like, she looks like she's gonna go in there and kick some ass, especially since she has 3 dragons. But yeah. But like, I really like this episode has me liking her, but then has me worried about her. There's certain aspects in this episode, and we'll get into spoilers, where she might be becoming more of a kind of like you could tell that Targaryen is coming out of her in this episode.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, I mean, like, I don't want to get into spoilers ahead of time, but when she talks to, I'm just gonna say a certain person, we'll name drop later.
Yeah.
And she just like basically lays down the law right to him and just says, "Hey, you know what? You crossed me." And
which is kind of crazy because it once again it comes out of nowhere. I didn't. There's a lot of things I didn't expect in this episode, and that happened.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, she's becoming more and more, like, I guess now that she's basically home.
Yeah,
she's getting more and more like, you know, she's getting more and more ballsy. Let's just say that she's getting more and
she's
more.
getting confident. She's getting
Yeah.
way confident, and we don't know if that's going to be her downfall or not.
Yeah, exactly.
So, oh man, there was also a meetup in this these episodes. There was a lot of meetups in this episode. There was a lot of like, holy crap, this character crossed this character. I was like, fine. I mean, thinking that, you know, it's happening because we only have so many episodes in this this season, and probably they break it down to 2 seasons, but technically it's like one big season.
Yeah,
yeah, I'm like, damn. But you know, I even though I think it's going a little fast, I do like the pacing that we're at. I mean, I'm pretty sure in the books, I don't. Of course, they're going not off the books. They're doing their own thing, but
yeah.
I think I am liking the pacing that we're having so far in this episode. There was one scene though in this episode where I was like, they slowed it down really. They slowed it really down, and that was like the Grey Worm scene.
Oh yeah. hey, what a good scene that was. Am I right? Am I right?
I know. I was like, oh, we'll get into spoilers right there. You know, later on that particular scene. And then, you know, what I'm liking also is that all the characters are getting their shine in every episode. Yes. Like, I'm thinking that one character is not going to be in the episode, but then they end up showing up in the episode.
Oh, definitely.
So, I mean, what 2 episodes have gone by, James? 2 episodes have gone by, and what is like? Are you loving like the pacing of this? Of everything that's going on? Do you think it's being a little bit too rushed, or do you think that a lot of the events that have already occurred, and especially in this episode, are just they're doing it right? They're doing it right. Let's just say that.
I think they're doing it right, dude, because I love the way that the speed's going. I mean, like, I'm gonna use Rogue One as an example. Like, when I was watching Rogue One, it was fast. They were doing like everything like really fast. With this one, with Game of Thrones, of course, I'm thinking that they're going just the right amount of speed, because I mean, you're coming towards the big thing is Daenerys is in Westeros now. There's no stopping her. There's no talking about her. She's there, and she wants to do some work, but she wants to do it tactically. Everyone else wants to rush in, and like I said, that's all I'm gonna say because I don't want to get into too many spoilers. But she's doing everything tactically, and the fact that she's on Westeros now, she's no longer sailing there. She's no longer in the different land. She, like I said, she is there, and shit's going down. Shit is starting to go down. It's starting, and I think honestly, it's moving at a great speed. I mean, it's a little fast, but it's not too fast. I'm just excited of finally getting all these characters to meet. It's really exciting. I mean, like, out of nowhere, she meets this character, and I'm like, what? And out of nowhere, this character evolves more into more like, what? Like last episode, Arya was a little badass, and I mean, she just goes. I mean, if you haven't seen the last episode, something's wrong with you. I'm just gonna do a major spoiler on the last episode.
Yeah. I mean, we're in episode 2, so spoilers for episode 1 for sure.
So she just poisons the whole entire what's that
Walter
family?
Frey?
Huh?
Walter Frey's family?
Yeah, the Frey. She just annihilates them, you know, for her revenge for her family. And I thought that was like, what? That was really cool. That was just the first 10 minutes of this.
And what I love about that, though, sorry to cut you off real quick.
No, go ahead.
What I love is that I waited how many damn seasons for Arya to fucking become a little badass? Because I always said that the Starks are stupid, and Arya was dumb for letting her guard down with the faceless man, thinking that they weren't going to retaliate, and then she got stabbed that one time. Mm-hmm. But now she's starting to show signs of maybe becoming somewhat like the Hound.
Yeah, that's a good analogy. One of my buddies who watches that work, he was saying that Arya's dead. She's dead. That's not really Arya. That's the faceless man or something like that.
That's what I'm hearing too. That Arya is actually dead. But you know what? I'm gonna say that's really Arya. I think she's just becoming more of a cold-hearted kind of killer. So I really do think that's her. But she's becoming more colder, and because she wants revenge. Revenge makes people, you know, different. Revenge makes people focus on that one particular. I mean, you see this in movies and anime and all the time.
Well, see, here's the thing too that I know it's Arya too is the fact that if it wasn't Arya, how would she know where Needle was? Her sword.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
But then again, like the Faceless Man knows everything.
That's true. He
everything
does.
about this one person to be into this one character. I mean, Arya had to know everything about Walter Frey in order to get revenge. And why would the Faceless Man want to get revenge of Walter Frey? So I think it's absolutely Arya.
Yeah, I think so too. And let's see, what was I gonna say? It's just there's so much going on, but it's awesome. It's like every episode wants you to draw you in. It's like drawing you in, and I'm honestly loving the first 2 episodes of Game of Thrones. Season 7, I love them.
Yeah, I really liked the first episode. I didn't think it was the greatest episode in the world. I didn't even think it was the best season premiere. I think there's many other season premieres that have been. I think overall the first episode of this whole thing was better than the last episode. But I enjoyed it because I knew that pieces are getting put together. This episode took it up a step more. This episode showcased like, yeah, this is what you guys want. We're working towards it, and we're giving you something along the way. What's crazy is that so many storylines are happening in this episode. You have so many characters and what they're doing. No really big spoiler, but the Hound isn't in this. The Hound and his merry men are not in this. They were in last episode.
Yeah.
But because there's so many storylines just happening all over with different kind of characters. So what I was kind of surprised is how well they were able to balance that in this episode. I think they're doing a great job on that, because a lot of time, I mean, it's only an hour episode. Is it hour? I believe an hour, right?
Yeah. No, 50 minutes.
Yeah, like that's not that. I mean, movies can't handle that many storylines that are going on sometimes, and it's damn well's other shows can't really handle that as well. Walking Dead, but like what I love is what Game of Thrones is doing right now, and I think this episode is just better things to come, because the next episode is going to be bananas, man. It's going to be crazy. And where we left off in this episode, everybody is just like counting down the days to the next episode.
Oh yeah, I can't. Like normally, Sundays aren't my worst days because I got to go back to work that night. But with Game of Thrones premiering and how much I love them and how much they're doing really good, I can't wait for Sunday. I can't wait for Sunday night. I don't care. It's summertime. I'm not doing too much work. I can sit there and watch a little bit extra. But yeah, I can't wait for Sunday nights now.
Like the great Will Smith and DJ Jazzy Jav used to say, "Summer, summer, summertime."
Don't give up your day job, man.
So we're gonna move on to spoilers, but I want if you had to rate last night's episode, James, what would you rate it?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say it was like the most colossal, groundbreaking episode. I would do it maybe. I'll give it a 6. I'll give it a 6.
A 6 out of what?
A 6 out of 10 if we're doing a rate scale.
Damn, 6 out of 10? Really?
Yeah.
You're crazy, man.
Like I said, okay, there's one thing between me and you that everyone's got to know. You are more of the tactical, more of the break down every little thing about the episode. Me, I go to enjoy. I just enjoy it. I don't know how to look for Easter eggs and spoilers and costume designs and script and editing. I don't know how to do all that.
I'm going to say that, when it was getting towards the end of this episode, I was gonna say like it's an 8 out of 10, but then that ending happened, and I'm like, damn, that's a 9 out of 10. I'm gonna give this episode a 9 out of 10.
All right.
Because I was really pleasantly surprised on how well they handled a lot of material and that ending. So we're gonna get into spoilers. So if you haven't seen last night's episode, we are going to talk the shit out of every little detail that happened in last night's episode and what's to come, our prediction of what might happen in the next episode.
Ooh,
so where do we start, man? Where do you want to start? Where do you want to start?
Let's lay. You know how the song says start from the bottom, now we're here? Let's start from the top. Let's start from the beginning of the episode, Let's because that's a very important thing. Let's start with Daenerys, what she says to I can never remember her name. I know you
Varys or whatever.
Yeah, what she says to Varys. What she says to Varys. She tells him, basically, she says, okay, Varys, you betrayed my father. You betrayed the King Robert. What's to stop you from betraying me? And then he goes and he gives this little speech of, I survived to help out the people, not to help out the person in power. And
It was
then
like
she
you did a job interview, huh?
exactly. He was in a life or death interview. That's what he was. It was the wrong answer. But I like what he tells her. Then you could have Grey Worm over there behead me, or you can have your dragons devour me.
Dragons. Sorry.
It doesn't matter. And then she just like looks him straight in the eye and says, if you cross me, I will burn you. And then he's all like, oh, so you shall. So I don't know. I think that he may, because he's getting his way with her, he may betray her and she may do something about it.
I don't know. Yeah, it's crazy because he has his little birds. He knows every little secret that's around Westeros or around the fucking world. Honestly,
exactly.
He said it in the episode. Like he's not for the kings or queens. He's for the people. He is a people man. He wants somebody to sit on there for the people. What's so interesting, is that Daenerys is that. There's two characters in the Game of Thrones that are so similar, but they have never met before, and that's Daenerys and that's Jon Snow.
Oh.
Daenerys is for the people. Jon Snow is for his people. Daenerys freed the slaves. Jon Snow freed the wildlings. Well, they were always free, but he brought unity back from the wildlings, and
he brought them across the wall and gave them land.
Oh yeah, so. And then, of course, there's the prophecy of the prince will come or whatever. But, of course, they clarified that it doesn't necessarily mean the prince. It could be the princess.
Well, no, they clarified that even more, actually. They like I said, in the breakdown that I saw, clarified it even more because when she says, okay, so let's go ahead and tell this really quick. The Red Witch,
Melisandre,
yes. Yeah. She finally meets Daenerys. She finally meets her.
Well, that was the only time where I thought, like, the episode, I'm like, where the fuck did this chick come from? Like,
exactly.
Like, she just comes out of kind of nowhere. And I think they did showcase her in the previews and all that stuff, looking to Arch. They showed her seeing her come into Dragonstone. I can't really remember, but I feel like that just really fast, really quick.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, and then she says to him, she says to them that her handmaiden, whatever she is, says it's an old translation, but you're translating it wrong.
Oh, you mean Miss Sunday?
Miss Sunday, yeah.
Miss Sunday.
And so she goes and she says there's no gender. It's either a prince or a princess, but Melisandre says that it's Jon Snow. Jon Snow is the prophecy one. So she's kind of telling Daenerys that bring Jon Snow. So spoiler right there. She wants Jon Snow to meet Daenerys finally.
Yeah. So that's what I loved about the whole episode too, was a lot of name drops being, there was two reactions that I absolutely loved too, was when Melisandre, sorry if I'm butchering the names.
Yeah.
When she does state that, like, because even Daenerys is kind of like, I like the princess version. I like that version.
Yeah, I know.
But I love the reaction that Tyrion gives, and I love the reaction that Arya gives later on in the episode.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I love when Tyrion's like finds out that the bastard took over Jon Snow. He's like, oh, I very much like Jon Snow,
Yeah.
He was like, Jon Snow, like because we haven't seen Tyrion and Jon Snow since what, like the first and second season.
Since they were going up to the wall.
Yeah, going to the wall, and that's what he tells Daenerys. And you could tell that Daenerys is very intrigued on who the hell this Jon Snow is. That's why I think they're gonna be. I do think there's gonna be a romantic romance with those two, but taking out the romance factor on it, these two characters are just so similar to each other that working together is just badass on its own right. I mean, because since Jon Snow is technically Targaryen or half Targaryen, he's going to be able to ride one of those dragons.
That's true. And, I'm just thinking about this right now. Fire and ice. She can stand fire. I bet you he can stand ice.
Yeah. What's crazy too is that what I loved about this episode, going from Daenerys, and Daenerys was well, let's talk about Daenerys a little bit more. Like
All
the
right.
reason why we're saying that she's a little bit more confident and a little bit more cocky is like she's like she tells Tyrion, when Tyrion's like, "Oh, I could send a raven," and he's like, "Oh yeah, send the raven, tell him to come over here and meet me, and to bend the knee," like emphasizes that to Tyrion, bend the knee. I'm just
And
like,
accept
damn,
me.
shit, calm down.
Yeah.
Like,
And accept me as the true queen of Westeros.
yeah, I think it was great about this episode with Daenerys is you see the hard side. You see the side that she has to be strong and she has to be
Yeah.
willing to do things that normally the old Khaleesi or Daenerys want to do.
Mhm.
And then you see the soft side. You see the soft side when she's in council with everybody. She's in council with Theon's Greyjoy sister, with the Snake ladies, with the one old lady. I forget her name.
It starts with a T.
Yeah, with her.
Tigerian.
Yeah, and then those two actually sit down and talk, and she tells her, like, which was crazy. She tells her, like, pretty much don't listen to what Tyrion is saying.
Oh yeah,
You'll outlast them all.
yeah.
I was like, damn, are you trying to like drive a rift between those two?
Well, no.
Very interesting.
Here's the thing with all three of those of her commanders. All three of them are exacted by revenge. All three of them. You have the old lady. I want to say not Tigerian. Is Tigerian or something like that?
She's not Tigerian. She's Turbal or something like that.
Yeah. She wants revenge because of her daughter's death. Because Cersei.
Oh wait, her granddaughter's death.
Yeah. She wants revenge for that. And then the Snake one, they want revenge because her husband died.
Her husband died, and then the Mountain raped her daughter, I believe.
Yeah. And then the Greyjoys, they want revenge not on them but on their uncle who took over. Thing by teaming up with Khaleesi, they're gonna get more power, more people to fight him.
Euron Greyjoy. Oh, we'll get to Uncle Greyjoy in a minute. Yeah,
we'll definitely get to that one. But they're all want revenge. That's what they all want. Tyrion wants, you think Tyrion wants revenge? He actually doesn't want revenge. Yeah, they're gonna take over where the Lannisters are from, but you can see that he doesn't want that revenge. He doesn't want his that kingdom. He wants just peace to Westeros. That's what he wants. And so I think Khaleesi needs to listen to Tyrion more than to the old lady, and then the Snake one, and then to the Greyjoys, because they are all zacked by revenge. That's what they want.
I think Daenerys is. I think she definitely is listening to Tyrion. I love how like all of them are like, why will we go over to here? Why are we like invading like the front of Westeros? Why is that?
Let's strike hard. Let's strike now. Strike hard.
And then I love how Tyrion just like lays down the game plan and said, "Yeah, you guys are gonna be over here, and our Drago's men, or the Dothrakians, are gonna be taking over this spot. So yeah, we're gonna hit them where it hurts, because that's where the Lannisters like kind of are and stuff. And I love how all their faces are just like, damn, they know what they're doing. And then Daenerys like, "Oh, so will you join me?" They're like, "Yeah." Okay.
Yeah. They're like, we'll do it.
We'll do it.
Yeah.
So Daenerys is it's gonna be very interesting how I think she is gonna go a little mad, like the Mad King, just a little bit, not too much. I think with Jon Snow there and with Tyrion there, those are the two people, because Jon Snow's not there yet, but when he gets there, I think. And then you have Dravo, with John.
Oh yeah.
And I like that guy too. He has his wits as well. He knows what it's Stannis. He knows about when Stannis tried to take over. He knows what crazy is, what crazy does.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely.
So I really do think that them coming over from the north is really going to help Daenerys and her cause, and really kind of put her head back into her shoulders. Right now, she's not losing it. Right now, she's doing what she needs to do. She's planning what she needs to plan. But it's going to be very interesting when they present the chaos that the White that is the White Walkers.
Mhm.
Like, are they gonna attack Cersei first? Are they gonna fight the White Walkers first? Honestly, I think they should fight the White Walkers first
I
and
agree with
then
that.
go to
Yeah.
Cersei. Yeah.
Mhm.
Speaking of Cersei, so Cersei, a little bit of the problems of this episode was they borrowed from The Hobbit. They borrowed from The Hobbit. I will say though, the one scene when they're going in the crypt where Robert Baratheon used to always like, bang his horse and like go and admire his statues, especially this
Yeah.
big ass dragon head,
Yeah.
which was dope. Like this big
Yeah.
ass dragon head. I was like, I want skeleton. It was a skeleton. I was like,
Mm.
I want one. But so they go down there, and of course, like Jamie's trying to recruit some of the people, to join Cersei's side.
Yeah.
Especially the one Tyrell and then that was a chick's name. Her last name was Tyrell, I think, or something like that.
Tyrell. Yep.
Yeah. So well, Jamie's trying to recruit, and then they're asking Cersei, like, how are you going to deal with 3 dragons? And then Cersei's like, oh, we're working on that. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, like, hey, I got something up my sleeve. I brought back the mountain. What more do you want?
Exactly. So they go down back to the crypt, and her Meister's like leading her back to the crypt, and he devises a weapon for her, and it's this big ass kind of slingshot kind of arrow going on. It's the same exact one from like The Hobbit. That's where I was like, you're stealing a little bit from The Hobbit. You're stealing a little bit from that Hobbit shit. Schmog, everybody, come on.
Well, to be fair, that's how you take down a dragon, is with a ballista. That's what that is. It's a ballista, and that's how you take down dragons, because they're so freaking big. But I like what he tells her. He's all, this was Robert. Not Robert. I'm sorry. This was the Mad King's dragon. This is the one he rode across the sea. He's all, dragons are powerful, but they're not invincible. They can be hurt. Then she tells him the story of how when Daenerys was in that fighting pit, how the dragon was wounded by spears and wound a dragon. So that's when he breaks out the big old ballista, and he tells Cersei, go ahead and fire that ballista. And boom, right into the forehead, right through the skull of that dragon. And so she just gives that little smile. That's all I need.
I was kind of hoping a little bit of a different, way of killing dragons, something that we haven't seen before. That was the one hope I was having. Like,
yeah.
But when I saw that ballista, I was like, I went back straight to the Hobbit movies. I was like, that's Smaug can put down.
They got the black arrow.
But you're right. You see that in a lot of different medias and stuff. So of course they're going to use that. But I did like that particular scene. Not too much Cersei in this episode, but just enough to really like have her, scheme, her little scheming ways.
Oh yeah. Yeah. One thing about Cersei, she always, no matter if the stacks are against her or have anything, like that, she always has something up those sleeves. Always has an escape route.
Yeah. And Sansa told Jon, like, hey, this bitch is crazy. She will, if you don't bend the knee or whatever, we need to worry about her, not the White Walkers. So let's get into that. Let's get into Sansa, Jon, Littlefinger. Let's get into the North. Let's get into the Stark house. So what I really am impressed is that Jon Snow is really starting to become more mature, he knows what's the greater threat. Like all of us, we know, and like he knows that by all means, the White Walkers are the biggest threat in this series. They're making their way to the wall, I believe. They're making their way to the wall. Jon is telling people like, hey, Jon gets the raven from Tyrion. Sansa kind of like tells him like, hey, Jon, like, this might be a trap. Remember our grandfather? Grandfather? And,
remember our dad?
Yeah. And then, like, they burned him. They burned him. Oh, how do you know? You can't trust a Lannister and you can't trust a Targaryen. That's what one of the Jon's men said. And I was like, damn, that's kind of, it's a hard sell. It's a hard sell to bring him over there. I didn't know, but I knew he was going to go no matter what, because that's the faithful meeting and stuff. But I did love the fact that, everybody's telling them, even Lady Mormont's like, we need, you're the king in the north. We need the king to be in the north. A lot of people, were even, Sansa snapping at him again in this episode, like, bitch, you need to stay. You need to stay. All right?
He knows Tyrion really well because she was married to Tyrion. Remember when they were married?
Oh yeah, but she knew that Tyrion wasn't a bad guy.
Yeah,
like Tyrion helped her, made sure she was okay, had to marry her.
Yeah.
But John still put his foot down, and he still said, no, because he's right. They need dragon glass. They need spears. They need weapons from dragon glass.
And they need the fire for the dragons, because fire also kills White Walkers.
Exactly. And she has 3 dragons. Like they need everything they got to take out the White Walkers, because he like he told Sansa, like, if you would have saw what I saw, you would know that. And then we remember. The North remembers that. Damn, those White Walkers are crazy, man.
Yeah,
and especially since they have giants. Like, hell yeah, you need 3 dragons. Hell yeah, you need dragon glass. I love how John's like, oh yeah, I got a little letter from my brother from Castle Black, Sam. So so John said, no, I'm going. Me and Davos are going. Sansa's like, who the hell are you gonna leave the North to? Who are you gonna leave the Stark house to? I'm like, you. I'm gonna leave it to you.
Yeah.
There must always be a Stark in the Stark household.
And since they don't know about Arya yet, she they don't know about Arya at all because they think she's dead. So she's all like, oh yeah, I am the only Stark, so I'm gonna step up and I'm going to rule my kingdom.
Did you see the little mustache twirling little finger?
Oh, little finger. Yep, I saw that. He's all like, oh.
Until John choked the shit out of him. John got pissed. And I was reading comments too, because I watched the clip on YouTube, and everybody's like, oh, big brother.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, as soon as he mentioned that, John just grabbed him by the throat and said, if you ever mention her again in my presence again, I will kill you.
Which is, I get why they're keeping him alive, because he has an army, but eventually he's going to die. Yeah. What is Littlefinger's whole goal here, though? Is he just trying to like marry Sansa? He definitely wants the throne. The throne, but how is he going to get that throne? Like, I don't get what he's doing. What are the steps that he's trying to do to get that throne?
I think what he's trying to do is I'm going to try to get back in Sansa's good graces again. And I'm going to maybe I can woo her. And then she becomes king, because John's going to die in this army. She thinks in this war, John's going to die in this war. I really don't have to worry about him too much. I just have to stick around till he dies. Then I'm going to move in, marry Sansa. And then once Sansa takes over, I think he just wants Winterfell right now. I mean, he just wants to be king of something.
Yeah, that's true. I think but his main goal is to get the throne. I don't know how, but to get the throne.
Man, everyone wants the Iron Throne.
How funny was it when Sansa wasn't shutting the fuck up about like John leaving, and then when John's like, "Oh, you can have it," she's like, "Oh, okay.
She's like, all right,
cool."
I'll take it.
As much as I give Sansa shit, she's starting to become a little bit better of a character, even though her outbursts and shit. But she's becoming a little bit better because she's smartening up. She knows about Littlefinger's plan. She knows that shit. She has Brienne, Captain Phasma, with her. So
but she doesn't have the blasters though.
No blasters, but she got a big old sword.
Yeah.
And then sticking with John, Jon Snow is going to ride to Dragonstone.
I can't wait. I can't wait for that meetup
with Jon and Daenerys. Gets to meet his aunt.
That and maybe soon to be lover.
I really do think that those two are going to hook up.
Yeah.
It's very it sucks. I heard a theory that what if Jon wasn't Targaryen? What if he was actually Baratheon?
Ooh,
that would be pretty tight. Like, that would be a twist on a twist. But it was confirmed that he is Targaryen. But it would have been a cool little theory like that.
Yeah, it would have been.
He ain't Targaryen. He's actually Baratheon.
No.
So Jon, we saw at the end of the episode, we saw a preview of Jon meeting with Daenerys. This is the faithful meeting.
Mhm.
I think what I don't want John to do is I don't want him to bend the knee. I don't want him to bend the knee to Daenerys. I want him to like stand on his own and just try to convince Daenerys, like, listen, yes, I know you want the throne that bad, but there ain't gonna be no throne if we don't take care of these motherfuckers over here. I've seen it. I've seen it. You don't know what's out there. I've seen it. I got to go home, you get it.
Definitely. Like, I mean, it's like, I don't know. I think John's gonna kind of, go to her will a little bit. I'm gonna bend to the edge you, but I'm gonna fall in love with you though, because I think once if they do fall in love, then they have that. I don't have to bend the knee to you no more. I'm equal with you.
She's looking for a king, and he has yet a queen. It's just crazy because eventually them finding out that he's Targaryen is going to happen either by Bran. I think either by Bran or Sam, and I think it's gonna be by Bran. I think Bran's gonna tell him like, dude, you're Targaryen.
Well, I heard an interesting theory also about Sam, about how remember, we're gonna skip just a little bit ahead. When she's talking to that maester about the title of his book, they said, I want to go with something poetic. So they think that Sam is narrating all this. Sam's the narrator of the Game of Thrones.
I heard about that theory, and I think it's
and that's when he becomes he names the book Fire and Ice. That's when Sam names it. So Sam's gonna survive the whole thing.
Yeah, Sam's not in danger. He's the one character I don't think he's gonna die. There's another character I don't think that's gonna die, but I think that's shit. Honestly, I don't want that to happen. I've seen that happen. I've seen this Dallas like shit too happen. So I don't want that to happen. I just want a conclusion, and that's it. I don't want somebody telling the hotel. I don't want this to be some kind of like something like that. I just want it to end and just end. Just have a straight narrative. It's fine. We don't need anything crazy at the end. It's fine.
Yeah.
But they'll probably pull that off.
Oh yeah.
So going from John, you're right. There is another Stark out there. And her name is Arya Stark.
Oh yeah, Arya. So Arya is on her way to go kill the queen. She meets Ed Sheeran in the first episode.
Oh God, I know, right?
But did you, skipping a little bit here, sorry about that. Did you hear the reason behind that song that he was singing?
No, I couldn't really decipher it because it was so lovely.
A lot of people were hating because Ed Sheeran was singing that song. Well, anyway, they say that song. If you listen to the song again, you go and hear it back again. They're talking about a golden hand woman in that one. So who do we know has a golden hand?
A golden hand?
Yeah, who do we know has a golden hand?
Lannister.
Jamie.
Yeah.
So they say, what if it's not a woman? They say that it's talking about that golden hand person will kill the queen, kill Cersei basically, because someone made the song up just a little bit ago. Like, who do we know has a golden hand? Who's the young? Who's related? See, Cersei is only older by a few seconds from Jamie, so they're siblings. Everyone knows that. So there's a theory going out there. I'm butchering the song. Like I said, go look at it your guys self, and you guys can decipher it better than I'm telling it. But they think that Jamie is gonna probably end up killing Cersei.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have always thought that. But because, another trippier theory is that it's supposed to be a younger brother that kills,
That's it right there. Mm-hmm.
What if it's the Mountain? I mean, not the Hound.
Oh, wait, the Hound's related to the Lannisters?
No, the Hound is related to the Mountain.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking maybe he might kill him. Finally.
No, I'm saying, what if the Hound kills Cersei?
Oh, but it has to be it's a relative that they're singing about.
Well, who's the relative of the Hound? The Mountain.
The Mountain. And
who's the Mountain with?
Cersei.
Doesn't necessarily mean it has to be blood.
Oh yeah, you're right. Oh yeah.
It's a little far fetched, but
yeah.
I think that'd be kind of.
I see it now. I see it. Yeah.
That'd be a little bit, that'd be kind of crazy. Out of all the people It's not Tyrion. It's not Jamie. It's not Arya. It's the Hound.
Yep.
But what's crazy now that I'm thinking about it, what's crazy is that remember when the first episode, the Hound was visualized, he saw what was in the fire.
Yeah.
Saw them, like, and then remember when that guy who keeps getting brought back to life from the fire, or, the fire god.
Oh yeah.
He says that we have a destiny. We are here for a reason. Like what is that reason though?
Yeah.
What is this band going to do? What is the Hound is here for a reason, because he didn't die. He hasn't died throughout this whole season series.
He should have died when he fought what's her name?
Brienne.
Yeah, he should have died then. Yeah.
So what is the what is the Hound's, what is he destined for? Greatness. How crazy would that be though if he killed?
That would be.
I don't know how he would. I don't know if he swang and missed a mountain and just killed him or something. I don't know how. And I think a lot of people would be pissed if Cersei got killed by the Hound, because people were like, oh, well, I wasn't expecting that at all. And why is it the Hound that's killing Cersei?
Like, why was she standing there right next to him?
Like, I'm just saying, it's tripping me out, man. I thought that was that's a cool little theory, but going back to Arya.
To Arya now, sorry.
So Arya, I mean, what the theory was, like, is she actually Arya, or is she actually dead?
Yeah.
And the reason that everybody's saying that too is she acts kind of cold towards her friend.
The meat pie.
She has. It just was. Even when I was watching it, I was like, why is she not more friendly towards him? And why is they had that little moment. I mean, she does. I'll explain why I think that scene makes sense and why she's so cold like that, and why there was a touching little moment between those two. But I think the major one is with Nirmia.
Something like that.
Nirmia.
Nirmia. Yeah.
Yeah. Her wolf. Her dire wolf comes back into this episode, which was really cool. I knew that they showcased that too. She comes back. She goes face to face. At first, the dire wolf's like, "Who the fuck is this?" And then you could see those sadness in her eyes and this and that. And then the wolf leaves. And then Arya says, "That's not you." At the end. So a lot of people are saying, well, the Nirmia didn't think that was actually Arya at first, because she was growling. She was like about to attack her, because Arya's really dead. Like I said in the beginning of this podcast, I don't think that Arya's dead. I think that's really Arya, and I think that scene with her and Meat Pie makes sense because it reminded me so much of the Hound. She's taken so much of that because she's seen a lot of shit go down throughout her life already. She's eating her bread like the Hound. She's cold like the Hound. Yeah. She's like, is that wine? She's drinking like the Hound, but I think what I love about this is that I think she snaps out of it so she doesn't become like the Hound. Yeah. She's cold. I think that's what that scene is to establish. She's cold. She's going off to kill Cersei. She has her path. And then when she hears that Jon Snow is the king in the north, because I love the line where she's like, I love the line when Meat Pie's like, oh, how come you're not going back to Winterfell? And then Arya's like, why the hell would I want to go back there? The Baratheons have it. Not the Baratheons.
Boltons.
The Boltons, yeah. The Boltons have it. And she's like, no, they don't. Your brother, your brother took it back. The Battle of the Bastards. That bastard. Yeah. And then Arya's like, oh, the Arya's face. That's what I loved about it. That's why I loved Tyrion's reaction. I loved Arya's reaction. Arya's reaction is like,
what? Yeah.
I gotta go. Stay alive. Stay alive, Meat Pie.
You gotta stay alive. I'm like you, Arya. I'm a survivor. In my mind, I'm going, no, you're not.
No, you're not. Get the hell out of here. You better make some damn good bread then.
I know. You best butter them biscuits good, man.
but I loved Arya's reaction because it took me back to when Arya and when Jon left, and he's the one that gave her needle.
Yeah,
He's the one that made her needle. And like you could tell that there's a relationship there of a really sincere brother and sister relationship, even though he was a bastard. You could tell those two, like, were close, they were tight. So hearing that news, she makes up her mind, and she even that. And I think the scene with her and Nirmir, a lot of people were like, "Oh, why was that scene even in there?" Like, because Nirmir just leaves. She's gonna come back. The dire wolf is gonna come back eventually. But she, Arya tells her, "Come back to me. Come back to Winterfell. I'm going back to Winterfell, girl. Like, I'm going home. I'm going home." That scene was just there to just tell the audience that Arya is gonna go home. That was the only reason why that scene was in there, to find a way that's cool to tell the audience that Arya has made up her mind and not go to, because after she meets Meat Pie, we don't know if she's going to go kill Cersei still. We don't know if she's going to go to what's it called, the back home. We don't know. So that scene was just to tell the audience that was watching it she made up her mind and she's going home.
I'm going home.
Come with me. And then Nirmia is like, "Oh, bitch, I got a tribe now.
I'm a leader. I'm leader of this. I got responsibilities. I just can't go up and leave."
I know, shit. The color of the wind, bitch.
I ain't like you. I don't just leave my friends and my family.
I'm not cold-hearted.
All right, hound.
But what's so exciting too is the setup that when Arya's gonna meet up with Sansa, just Mrs. John, but she's finally gonna meet up with Sansa, and I think she's going to kill Littlefinger.
That's a good theory.
I think she's gonna kill Littlefinger, or Sansa's gonna do it herself. Either way, they're gonna Arya's gonna be the trigger that leads to Littlefinger's death.
Yeah, hey, that's a good theory right there.
Because she knows who betrayed Ned. She knows. She knows. So I think that's gonna happen. And I can't wait for that reunion too. That's gonna be a great reunion as well, because now Arya's back home where she hasn't been for a very long time.
And now we're just waiting for Brant. Brant's at the wall. He's at the wall right now.
That's what's so great. I think Arya's gonna meet up with Sansa.
Yeah.
And I think Bran's gonna meet up with Jon.
Yeah.
Ooh, you know what? But I don't think that's gonna happen until the very end of the season.
Yeah. Probably like the very last episode. We're gonna go, Jesus, really?
Yeah, where because Bran is over there by Castle Black.
Yeah. He's at the wall.
He's at the wall. So he's there. And Jon right now is going to Dragonstone, but eventually they are going to have to go to that wall. So we'll see how that goes.
Because wildlings are there. They're going to be the protectors of...
I know. I find it hilarious.
Yeah. But I wonder, this is what I'm wondering, a little bit of fun theory here. I wonder if the leader of the wildlings and are finally they're gonna get together, because he likes her.
Yeah. I know. He's like, "Oh, you're a lucky man."
Yeah, I know. He likes her.
Damn, he really likes her. He's got a heart on for her. I thought there was going to be more scenes with those two after that line too, but there wasn't.
How awkward she is with him.
I know. She's like, "God damn, dude, what's your problem?"
I don't, get away from me, man.
She's not used to it. That's why she's not used to it.
Yeah. But I was watching this one thing where they were saying about what the character actually really look like. And they say, man, she is very manly, very manly. More, I mean, who they got to play her is a model. She's naturally a beautiful woman, but in the book, she's very manly, very, very ugly. Let's just say.
Yeah, there's a couple differences between a lot of the characters in Game of Thrones. It's pretty funny. So going from Arya. So we have that whole thing. The Starks will eventually reunite. I don't know if one of them might die before that reunite.
I hope not. Honestly, I hope Token. I hope Martin just doesn't.
Token. This ain't Lord of the Rings.
I'm just hoping that because he's very famous. Of course, we all know the Red Wedding. But I was listening to this podcast earlier about how in all his other books, his previous books and everything, this guy's really a sci-fi, he's a big nerd. He kills off all his characters. literally every single one of them dies. There's no happy ending with this dude.
Yeah, he does it, and that's why HBO is like, no, man. They're like, oh, we're not gonna go and kill, like, because honestly, I think a lot of these other characters would be dead by now. Yeah, I think they would still be dead. So, they're HBO's like, we're doing our own thing. You keep with your stuff in the books, but we're doing our own thing.
We're not gonna we let you kill the other people. We need to keep some people.
Yeah, you killed my Ygritte. You killed it. Yeah. And you killed John, but he came back, so that's good.
Yeah, I know. When John died, I was all like, no.
So, what else? What else before we get to the big ending? What else happened before the big ending?
Let's see what else. There's really that's
that kind of wraps it up, right?
Yeah, that kind of wraps it up. Honestly, that wraps up the first portion of it, and really quick. Oh, we missed one. We missed one important one.
Which one?
Grey Worm and.
Grey Worm, Miss Sunday.
Yeah, Miss Sunday.
I'm pretty sure it's not Miss Sunday. I'm pretty sure it's pronounced a different way. But
it is pronounced a different way, but we're just gonna say that way.
That was another scene where I was like, okay, like scene's going a little bit too long.
But was it a good scene though? Was it a good scene?
Was that really her body, or was that a body double?
No, that was.
She's like, oh, I don't know how long I'll be in the Fast and the Furious.
So I gotta make this count.
Make this count. It was a beautiful scene. I mean, I was talking to Sandra. Sandra doesn't like those. Oh, yeah, she doesn't like those too.
What?
Yeah. Oh, was it Sandra? It was Sandra. Yeah, Sandra said that.
You talk to so many people, man.
I do, man. I'm talking like, no, it wasn't Sandra. It was Taylor. It was Taylor that said that. Taylor said.
Does she watch Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
All three of us should do one big one.
Yeah, we were supposed to do a podcast today, but she has some issues going on right now today.
No?
So we're rescheduling.
Yeah.
We'll reschedule. We'll probably do it next week then with all three of us. Yeah, I talked to so many people watch Game of Thrones, man. I even talked to like some of the people I met at the swap meet.
Speaking of, before we get on with the thing, my wife Jasmine, she has not seen Game of Thrones at all. She doesn't like it and everything. So what I want to do is I'm going to record a reaction session with her. The very first episode, Game of Thrones, she has to watch it all the way through. No, like, that's gross, or no, I don't want to see that. That's gross. She has to watch her all the way through, reactions all the way.
You should have a reaction video with her and the Red Wedding.
Oh, that's a good one. But it's not called the Red Wedding, is it? It's called something else, isn't it?
Apparently it's called the Red Wedding.
Oh, it is? Oh, I thought they renamed it.
Yeah, I thought so too. Because when I watched it, it was titled under a different name.
Yeah, I know. When I watched it, it was Red Wedding.
Red Wedding, yeah. Mm. I don't know how Sandra feels about those two. Actually, I'm gonna ask her.
Yeah.
Taylor doesn't like those two. Doesn't like Grey Worm and Miss Sunday.
What?
Yeah,
Taylor, if you're listening, what?
So that scene, very nice. I like those two. I think that's cool. Like they finally, he finally is like, damn it, and does the soap opera, passion. Actually, it was kind of an awkward kiss, honestly. If I thought about it,
yeah,
it was a little. A little mouth, just like mouth way too open. Get missing the spot.
It's fair that he's never been with a woman.
That's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. I did like the line how he said, like, "I'm not the biggest, I'm not the fastest, but I'm the bravest. I have no fear.
I have no weakness.
No,
but
weakness.
You,
Miss Sunday,
you are my weakness."
And then, of course, like he doesn't want his jaws to be dropped because they cut off his penis. Did they cut off his penis?
I don't know. I think they cut off his balls.
Did he do that?
I think so. I don't know.
Probably did. Oh, great job, for sure. There's a lot of cutting of the penis in it.
There is a lot of mutilation of the genitalia, yes.
Very jacked up. Very jacked up. What the hell's wrong with you, J.R.R. Martin?
I don't know. J.R.R. Martin.
But yeah, I did think that scene lasted a little bit too long. I mean, I appreciate the nakedness in there, and then Yeah, freaking Grey Worm taking a page out of Jon Snow's book. You know nothing, Jon.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, yes, he does.
what was that thing you did with your mouth? I don't know. I just wanted to kiss you there. That's all. The ladies and the laws do that. Where you come from?
Ew.
It's okay. Hey, I didn't write that shit. HBO did. JJJR Martin.
R. Martin.
So going from that particular part, it just was to like kind of like wrap it up because Grey Worm's gonna go to war. No one's gonna come back. That's just to get some closure with those two. They finally got it on, so to speak. So good for them. Good for them. Moving on from there though. So what's happening when Daenerys in her little council meeting, Theon's sister, I don't know her name, I forget her name. Theon's sister and the Snake Lady, where were they going? She sent them somewhere.
They were gonna go to where the Snake Ladies live to ferry her troops back and forth to resupply the army when they take over the King's Landing.
Yeah. So they're doing that. They're going there, right? So they have to sail. They're sailing. Theon's sisters like in bed, so to speak, or on a chair. I can't remember. It was on downstairs.
I really think that the Snake Lady was seducing her to get her way.
Yeah, like, and the Snake
very,
Lady,
very sneaky.
Hell yeah, the Snake Lady was seducing her, and she's like, "Oh, why's your brother here?" And like, he's my guard. He's my one man. I'm like, "Oh, well, I'm so close to you now. Like, why aren't you guarding?" And Theon's like, "Oh, fuck this shit. I'm going upstairs." He goes upstairs.
Enjoy this.
And those two, I thought we were gonna get another sex scene. Those two were about to, get it on. I was like, I could dig it. Well, we're about to get it on, and then freaking who's a cockblock? Who ruins the party? Is Euron Greyjoy, Uncle Greyjoy. Uncle Greyjoy comes in with his octopus, freaking Kraken-like ships, and starts. He freaking annihilates her crew.
That whole fleet, he annihilates. And how menacing was that big giant ship coming over him, and then that jaw dropping and locking in that ship? How menacing that was, dude! If I was sailing with that dude, I would have shit my pants.
Yeah, not only that, who's on that big old thing? It's freaking Uncle Greyjoy. Yeah. Uncle Greyjoy's on that thing, and it lands, and he's laughing his ass off. He's like, "Hell yeah, we're going to war. Let's do this."
Yeah,
this dude was bananas, man. I mean, what a way to really establish a villain in this series.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Now, I didn't know what he meant by when he told Cersei, like, "I'm going to bring you back a gift." What a gift this is.
Exactly, right there.
I'm just so shocked on how easily this whole fleet was destroyed. Easily.
It was a surprise attack. It was a very big surprise attack because if you notice, there was fog everywhere when they saw the little lightning, like little lights in the fog. It was really foggy, so I guess they didn't see them in time. And then all of a sudden they were on them already, and then they were just destroying that fleet.
Now, what were they shooting out? Was that kind of like cannons?
Fireballs, like
were they slingshotting them? Because it looked like it was coming out of like one of the mouths of the tent.
No, they were slingshotting them.
Okay,
dude, this is the Middle Ages, man. They didn't have cannons yet.
They got cannons, man. I saw Captain Jack. Don't get me wrong. I saw Davy Jones. I saw Davy Jones in that motherfucker.
Davy Jones was all like, work to do.
So, like, freaking the whole fleet gets demolished. What I really love, though, is because now they're starting to they did hand-to-hand combat in this episode, too, because we never really seen a naval kind of fight in the Game of Thrones. It really reminded me of 300, but the other one, the Rise of something.
Like that movie.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. So they demolished the whole fleet, but what I really love is just the little fire flakes all over the place. The cinematography and the lighting of the episode was beautiful. There was some shots though in the fight where I was like, I couldn't really tell what was, and what bothered me was like some of the the way that they were handling their swords, it kind of looked like they were kind of just shrugging a little bit when they were stabbing. I'm like, it wasn't like a full stab. It was just like,
hey, it was in a confined area, man. There's a lot of people running around. You can't get a full stab, and there's something you gotta go shorthanded.
There was a couple shots at that could have been improved a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, though, that it was beast, man. Like he came in there, he killed 2 of the snake ladies. Like he just got this one chick, like he straight out Wolverine this one chick, stabs her, and just like, oh, gee, like straight out Wolverine her.
And then the other one with the whip and everything, but they were laying in some pretty good hits on him too.
That's what I was noticing too. Is like he's getting some cuts and all this shit.
But they weren't doing much of an impact with him because they weren't like, you know, I mean, like, not to sound sexist or anything, but you know, they were women, and you know, like they can't really hit too hard when it comes.
Yeah, it's a woman.
Well, hold on. Let me explain because I don't want to sound like an asshole. Because they were dainty women. Brienne is a freaking built woman. She knows how to sword fight. They know how. They're the art of stealth. They're the art of, you know, like a ninja. They're ninjas. They can't do straightforward brutal combat. They jump like the dad did. You know, they jump around and everything like that. You know, they're built for that.
That's what I was noticing too. It's just they didn't have enough strength to go against Uncle Greyjoy.
I saved
it. Like physical strength.
Yes, thank you, Dad. You saved me. You saved me from.
I get what you're talking about because I was watching the episode. Like, you know, somebody like Brienne. If it was Brienne, or if it even like Theon's sister was holding her own until she. The guy's just a beast, man. He was gonna win no matter what. He did not care. He's crazy SOB.
Mm-hmm.
But he ended up killing 2 of the snake ladies. They end up capturing one of them, the main one, and then the other one down below.
You know they're gonna have some fun with her before they.
Oh yeah, so there's some rapings that are gonna happen probably.
Oh yeah. Especially with the daughter.
Oh yeah, it's sad. That's why she's like, "Oh, kill me right now and be done with me." He's like, that one dude's like, "Fuck that." I'm like, "Ooh, that's bad. That's all bad." So Theon's sister gets captured. Uncle Greyjoy has her by the neck, and then like Theon's like, you know, fighting his own thing, and he's like, "Theon," or like little baby Theon or something like that.
Cockless.
Exactly. John Wick.
Ain't no John Wick, man.
You know John Wick, but like Theon turned and looked at Uncle Greyjoy. He's like, "Oh shit, John's here." Oh no, it's Uncle Greyjoy.
It's John. No.
I'm more scared of John Wick than Uncle Greyjoy.
but
Greyjoy was fucking scared.
Oh, he was. He reverted back to when Bolton had him. When Ramsay had him. He saw that little twitch that he had.
Like Reek.
Yeah. He went back to Reek. And what does he do when he's faced with that hard situation? He tucks his tail in and he runs like the dickless coward he is.
He pretty much jumped overboard. Yep.
But then like a lot of people were saying, hey, you know what? He jumps overboard, but he's gonna go tell Danny. Daenerys, thank you. Yeah. I don't like people call her Danny.
They call her Danny because her brother called her Danny.
Oh, I never knew that. I thought they just
and then of course Khaleesi's. I used to call her Khaleesi's all the time, but I call her Daenerys. I go back and forth, honestly.
Yeah.
If it's not Daenerys, then it's Khaleesi's to me.
Yeah, that's how I know it as too. But so a lot of people were saying that, you know, he's gonna go tell Daenerys what happened. He's gonna go tell her what happened. But still, it's just like, dude, if you're gonna go down, you're a Greyjoy, dude. Just because you have no dick, that doesn't mean that you can't fight like a man, you know?
Yeah. Too soon, James.
I was mad when I saw that scene, dude. I was so mad at Theon's character. I was just like, dude, what the hell, man? Your sister's being held ransom. Yeah, you're gonna probably die, but she's gonna probably die too, but she's gonna die anyway. Go out with like a hero.
I'm gonna help the situation a little bit, though.
All right.
So a lot of people have been noticing, and a lot of people have been saying, is that Theon and his sister gives him a little kind of nod, like a little kind of like, you know, understanding, like, get out of here.
No nod.
Get out of here. You know, get your ass out of here. Nothing for me. Just go back to the queen. I think there was a little kind of understanding there, but it's still like the first time watching it, it was like, holy shit, dude. Like, really? Like, you're such a piece of shit.
I gotta watch it again.
Yeah. So if he does go back to Daenerys, which most likely he will, to tell Daenerys, like, dude, we got fucked over. Not only that, John's making his way over there.
Yeah. John's gonna make up that army that she lost.
Yeah, but John's also gonna meet Theon.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Oh, I forgot about that.
And who did Theon betray?
Yeah, him and the Ned Stark and everyone. Yeah, his family.
Robb. Betrayed Robb.
But does he know he betrayed Robb?
Huh?
Does he know that he betrayed Robb?
Yeah, I believe he does. I think John knows the whole gist of what went down. Except Littlefinger. I don't think he knew about Littlefinger. And Arya knows about Littlefinger.
Yeah.
So the ending was just bananas, man. The ending was just a great overall. I didn't think we were gonna get a great fight in the episode. It looked like it was just leaning towards another maybe set up for another episode. And that episode, and then it happened. So a lot of shit is going down. I mean, and then what is Cersei gonna do when Euron Greyjoy presents these gifts? Is she gonna marry him? Because he wants a queen. That's what Cersei said it. He said it. He says he has two good hands. Like that's the major question. And I think that we're gonna get that, of course, next episode. And then we have to revert back a little bit before the ending. So I think what's gonna really matter too, going forward, after the ending of this episode, I was thinking too, like, what is the meaning of Sam and the helping? What's his name?
Oh yeah. Let's talk about that scene really quick. I really wish I knew his name.
Sir something.
Yeah, sir. Yeah. Let's just call him Sir
or something like that.
Yeah. So he goes and he says, like, he's trying to tell the maester who's gonna treat him, who says, "Oh, I heard about this advanced state. I met the little girl who had the scales too, the Greystone too, and but she was cured of it. So does this look like an infant? This is a highly advanced one." Then he goes and he wants to help him because he was with his father fighting the White Walkers, I believe, when they were up past the wall. He was with his father.
Yeah,
and he he's all like, I want. And then he goes, he's thinking to himself, I want to help him. I know I can help him.
And then he does.
Removing. We don't know yet. Man, but dude, cutting that thing, dude, that was nasty, dude.
It was nasty, and it looked so real, man.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, dude.
And he was in pain, dude. He was just like, holy shit. They
that
seemed like dragon scales.
Yeah. That little quarter rum ain't gonna help. I need more.
That was a good scene. Yeah. So how's that all gonna happen? Is he gonna be cured? What's the meaning of? Because they're always these last couple of episodes. There's always a meaning to something. Would this cure help something else? Like so that's gonna be that. I had that in my mind at the end of the episode too. Of course, I had the ending battle at the end of my mind at the end of the episode. I had a lot of things on my mind at the end of the episode.
Yeah, me too.
Moving forward, so this episode was absolutely bananas. I really loved it. It wasn't like it's not going to be probably in the top 5 episodes of all time, but it's up there. It's really good. There. Like it's really solid. It's a great solid episode.
I want to change from a 6. I want to change it to an 8. I want to change it to an 8 because I want to know what your thing was, because like I said, you're more the technical guy than I am. I go for I liked it. I like the plot. I like the story. I like that stuff. You are more the tech one behind everything. That's why I go with your opinion first, then I'll give mine.
Yeah, by all means, there was a little slower moments here and there. There were scenes where I'm like, okay, this scene was made because of this scene, just to establish this.
Yeah.
The dialogue was really good in this episode. I thought the action was really good. The direction, could have been a little bit better towards the very end, but it was really good with the battle because it could have been the actors could have done, like, it was just little nitpicks here and there on the sword play and all that stuff. But overall, it was a fantastic episode because what it did right was when you thought everything was fine, smooth, calm, okay, it's a pretty good episode, it just flips you, and just that scene just comes out of nowhere when all this fleet is just done. Prediction wise, so what's gonna happen next episode? We saw the preview. We know John's gonna meet Daenerys. We know we know a lot. What happened in preview? I think it went so fast. I kind of didn't really have it in my head.
The main one, John meets Daenerys now. Honestly, now that I think that's the only part that I filtered on, because I thought that was really cool. Was just John meeting Daenerys. I mean, that's what everyone's waiting for, and that's what I hooked on, and that's what I thought. That's finally happening.
But it's not only John meeting Daenerys; it's actually John reuniting with Tyrion as well, which is awesome. I think he's not going to bend the knee. I think he's not going to bend the knee at first. And I think he's going to try to convince her, like, you need to help me fight the White Walkers. We need this dragon glass. I think it's not going to be a done deal right away. I think it's going to carry on to the next episode where they finally there's going to be romance and stuff. But I think it's going to carry on to the next other episode where they finally kind of agree to fight together, so to speak. I think that Cersei, I think we're going to get a little bit more Cersei in the next episode. I think we need to know what her plan is and all this stuff, and who's her allies, because she doesn't have that many friends anymore.
Oh no, she doesn't.
I think we might even go back to a little bit to Castle Black. The wall. We might go to the wall a little bit, see what Bran's up to. We didn't get no Bran in this episode, so I'm assuming Bran might pop up in the next episode. We want to know what this kid's like. What is he thinking? What's his plan next? Maybe mentioning John a lot in the next episode. So a lot of pieces, a lot of things happening this upcoming episode, but I think that this episode is going to be crazy, man. Because of the meetup, just because of the meeting that we've waited how many seasons for, how many episodes to see. And these are John's my favorite character. A lot of people's favorite character is Daenerys. A lot of people's favorite character is John. So these are two fan favorite characters finally meeting up. And not only that, they're bringing their crew with them, and I think we both love who's surrounding them at this time.
So exactly.
Them into the fold.
They're gonna have the Avengers around them.
Exactly, they're the Avengers. This is like Tony meeting Iron Man. I did see the Avengers Infinity War trailer, by the way.
I hate you right now. I just so hate you.
It was on Facebook.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I missed it then. I gotta go watch that.
It was a leaked version. I saw it, though. I saw it. We'll discuss this later, James. Anyway. And just to let you guys know, this episode was absolutely, I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was a definitely better episode than the season premiere. So I can't wait for the next episode. But just to let you guys know my experience on Comic-Con real quick, Game of Thrones experience. So, the only thing I got from Comic-Con that was Game of Thrones related was a Daenerys statue, and that's with her and Drogon with her dragon. I could have got that at Slow, honestly, but I got it at Comic-Con. I got it at Comic-Con, so that was kind of the only thing I really got at the convention. I did see the cast, though. I did see some of the cast. Yeah, I was over there by where they have the cast up top, over there by the WB section. I did get to see, I took some pictures, so you'll see that in my video. I saw Sam. Sam. I believe I saw Sansa. They were up top, though. I was it's not like I actually met them. So it was cool to be in the same kind of area where they were. But they had an interaction this year. And my boy Andy met up with Andy. Had some got drunk at Hooters. That's just how we roll. My boy Andy was able to do that interaction, and what it was it was outside the convention. It was over there by kind of not tilt and kilt was, but sort of where like kind of like where the gas lamp was, of course. So Andy was in line at 8 o'clock in the morning for this interaction. And what it does is it takes you in. They give you a little wristband that has a little camera on there. So you take a picture throughout this whole interaction. You kind of stand in this middle. They give you a sword and they give you like a cloak and they do like a 360 shot. And they're taking pictures of you. They take a picture of like, the poster where it's like half face. They do that as well. You take a lot of pictures throughout. You do like this little interactive game fighting the White Walkers as well. And then at the very end, they give you a pin, they give you a shirt, they give you a pop, they give you a bag for free.
Wow. What was the pop?
Was in line at 8 o'clock in the morning. He didn't get into that interaction until 5:15 in the afternoon.
What? Wow, dude. He spent the whole day just in line?
He spent the whole day just in line just to go to the interaction.
Wow, that's the dedication there, man.
And he did it again that night when we were drinking. He waited in line to get into Hasbro. But he took me to the line because I was so interested. I was like, oh my God. And you get all the pictures. You get all the pictures that you've taken throughout. He's like, oh, dude, it's an experience. Like, it's so worth it. I was like, where's the line at? And, Johnny's like, oh, son of a bitch. He like, so it's like around 1 o'clock in the morning. He shows me where the line is. There's already people lined up.
Like a lot, huh?
Not a lot, like half. Like it wasn't that bad. Where if I waited in line now, I would have got in, and I would have got in for sure.
Yeah.
Like really quick.
Yeah.
But you want to know what time they start the interaction?
What time?
11 o'clock in the afternoon.
Holy shit.
And I was there at 1 o'clock, and people had their chairs. People were already asleep.
Yeah.
I was in line, and this guy was tweaked out, telling us like who worked there. He's like, trying to convince me. And then he's like, hey, I got to go get some shoe. Can you guys watch the line and tell me everything's okay? And he starts running to 7-Eleven. He worked there. He's all tweaked out or something. So I was in line, right? And I was like, Johnny's like, dude, you're going to really wait up all night just to go in this interaction thing? I'm like, and I didn't have my badge, so I needed him to bring my badge with me. I was like, yeah, I need you to bring me my badge in the morning. He's like, all right, man. I mean, are you sure? He's like, oh, yeah, man. And I kind of looked at everybody, and then like two people came. They're like, oh, are you guys in line for the Game of Thrones thing? They're like, yeah. They weren't prepared either. It's just a couple, and they just sat down on the floor. And I'm just like standing there drunk, like, fuck this shit. My body, my mind, my soul is not prepared to stand in line from 1 a.m. till 11 p.m.
Damn.
Yeah, I wasn't going to do it, so I didn't do it.
Dude, honestly, dude, that is some dedication. I know when I got to go, was it last year or the year before?
Last year.
Those lines are ridiculous, man. Those lines are long.
Oh yeah, and then there was a line. I mean, if you wanted to try to meet the Game of Thrones cat, or like see the Game of Thrones cats in Hall H, if you wanted Hall H at all, those lines stretched out all the way behind to the ferry.
Shit,
just ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
Well, so yeah, like Game of Thrones wise, I did come away with the statue, so it was worth it. So
nice. Do you remember what pop they were giving away at the Game of Thrones one?
They were giving away a Night King.
Night King?
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, you can get that at Hot Topic.
Yeah. I was just like, oh man, dude, if long that way, dude, I would like a limited edition, Daenerys or Jon,
Yeah, but you know what? The interaction itself, I guess, was worth it. So
yeah.
So that's gonna be it. I mean, we're gonna of course watch the next episode. Probably get our thoughts on it next week. Try to get Taylor on board. See if I don't have work on Monday. So yeah, I mean, it was a fantastic episode. It was a great hyped up episode.
Done really well.
Yeah. So I want to thank you guys. I want to thank SUPERNERD81. Go check out his channel. Like always doing. Did catch a couple of your videos. Watched a little bit, but I kind of fell asleep.
Yeah.
Not because of you, because I was tired.
Right. No.
But yeah, so check out some of. I'm gonna go back and watch some of your videos. And I really encourage everybody to go check out his videos. And so what's the next? What's the next video, man?
Well, the
You have
next
a
video
mic now, so you could do a lot.
next video will probably be a redo because I made a mistake. I bought one pop over the weekend, and like a dummy, I clicked on the wrong one. I only have a 30-second one, and at the end of it, I say, "Oh, my mic's not working." And when it was working, apparently, and everything, so I got to redo that one. And then obviously, since the what's it called? That one trailer came out that you told me about, I got to go do that. And then I also have this other trailer I'm going to review called Player One Ready. Have you seen the?
I saw it.
That looks really good. I mean, you got the big friendly giant or whatever it's called.
Iron Giant.
Iron Giant. Yes, thank you. You got. Did you see the DeLorean?
Saw the DeLorean. Did you see the Akira bike?
Yes, I did see the Akira bike, and I thought that was really
Freddy?
cool. I thought, oh wow, this is really good.
Freddy Krueger.
I didn't see Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger was the one that jumps and is about to slice a guy, and then he blasts him.
Oh, I didn't see that part. Oh wow, they have a lot of like 80s and like 90s and all that stuff montage in there, and I just want to see that. I want to see how it looks good. It looks visually good.
Hell yeah! What pop did you get?
Yeah. Oh okay, I'll show it right now.
Oh my.
Dude, no, they didn't say that they're not selling My Hero Academia until the first week of August. They told me.
Oh shit, dude! I could have picked up that shit in Universal.
Dude, and I can see in the background that you have one.
Yeah, dude, like freaking My Hero Academia. Their pops were at Hot Topic at Universal. All Might was there.
Why didn't you get All Might?
Because I don't know. I was like, I can get it later.
Jeez, All Might. Well, anyway, I got the unmasked Gwenpool at
Walgreens.
Walgreens, yeah. She was the only one there and the only one worth it to get, so I got her.
I got when'd you get her?
I got her yesterday.
Oh, okay, cool. I got a selfie stick of I was gonna get the selfie stick one, but I didn't get it.
How long were the lines over there for the Hot Topics and everything?
Dude, there was no way I was gonna get one. The thing about Hot Topic and Funko, so if you do the Hot Topic Funko line and you actually get a wristband or you're actually able to get into there, doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna get in because they have a lotto. So it's like a little screen and you push it, and if it's a green chip, you get in. If it's not, then you're out.
Oh, dude, that's so dumb, man.
That's some bullshit, huh?
Yeah,
and you only get one pop.
Yeah, one pop per person, not because people go in there and they buy 3 or 4, just to sell. That's bullshit right there.
But I mean, I'm hoping at least 2 pops.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to get 2 pops. So if they have like, let's say Batman, right? And they had another one that you wanted.
Yeah.
You can only get, you have to choose. It's like, fuck, dude, like I want both,
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well, then they have the Funko store down there too.
I don't think they have exclusives though.
No, they didn't. They have exclusives.
The Funko store?
Yeah, the Funko store. There's one that, dude, I know more about Comic-Con than you. How long you been going?
Not the San Diego Comic-Con exclusives. If those exclusives are specifically for those lines.
No, I'm talking about the San Diego. The store is there next to San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah, but they don't have fucking San Diego Comic-Con exclusives. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I thought they did. Oh, anyway.
Well, anyway, I think that ends our podcast.
Yes.
So that's what SUPERNERD81's doing.
Come check me out, guys.
So we got to do we'll probably do you saw Spider-Man Homecoming too, huh?
Yes, I did. Loved it. Loved it.
I watched a little bit of that too. So all right, guys, I gotta take a piss. Until next time, King of the North.
Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones. That's my chant.
You want to leave this channel in awkward silence?
Sure. 3, 2, 1.